Hey everybody, this is Grace, and hopefully this thing won't be jumping all around, but my luck lately has been that it does. I try to fix it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, happy birthday to me. Yeah. But just for the record, if I put this on the same channel, I did actually read about, I'm not going to say what it is, the updates, and it's okay. So anyway, what was that? I wish I could have seen what that was. It kind of looked like a water fountain. Anyway, in this video I'm going to talk about when I have mentioned this on one of my channels before. I have more than one channel because I write little stories, and the storylines that separate somewhat. Some of them that go together, and some of them I don't. But anyway, I had mentioned this before about when a community, like say I'm not a member of a community, the online community, and or genre, okay, and just, you can say that too, and one where people make videos, and some people don't. Some people are they just comment, and I'm not a member of either one of those, the community or the genre. Okay, I don't do. Now, that gets kind of confusing, really, because, yeah, some people from other communities, or maybe they're not like me, I don't really consider myself part of a community. I make more videos on certain genre, though. But anyways, this is going to jump around. But, say there's some kind of battle going on. I think battle might be the best word for it. Really do wish I could figure out why this doesn't always jump around. You see? Yeah. Why sometimes it just doesn't. And it's not the road. If the road has bumps or something like that, it's really weird. I've had mounts before that didn't do it, and oh my goodness. But anyway, so pardon that. But anyway, it's about whenever, whatever it is, the community or the people who are involved in it, they take care of themselves. And of course I mean legally, not illegally, but legally within the system, and it doesn't involve any form of abuse, like bullying, verbal abuse, nothing along that line. Okay? And I'm not giving anybody advice to get involved or any of that. So nothing bad. They're not doing anything bad, but the community will take care of itself. Okay? Or go in that. And to me, that would mean if it's something that they need to go to the appropriate people about, like say some kind of online. Whatever, social media platform, wherever you're supposed to report it, if it's you, and if it's bad, and if it's this and that, whatever. I know there are a lot of people that don't believe in, they would call that snitching. I don't know. Whenever you yourself have something bad to you happen, wouldn't you go to the proper authorities if it happened to you? And, I don't know. I'm not here to give anybody advice or suggestions or anything. But it would, of course, for some, it depends. It depends. And some of them people haven't experienced that, have never experienced that kind of thing. So they don't really know. They might say, well, no, I would never do that. But if you've never had that experience before, a lot of times people think that they know how they're going to behave when, how would you know how you're going to behave? Each situation is different. Okay? Now, you might have firm in your mind, oh, I'd never do this X, Y, Z. When you turn out, you would do X, Y, Z. Yeah. So I'm not that type of concrete thinker that one size fits all. No, all or nothing kind of thinking. But no, I'm not that type. But at all. Anyway, and I'm not perfect, so remember that. I'm not perfect, so I could possibly, I hope that whatever they have chained up there doesn't fall out. That would be bad. but I better move over. But anyway, you know, so, I mean, somehow the community would take care of itself. And I don't mean like ganging up on people. I've seen a lot of that. Ganging up. What do they call that? Is it dogpiling? I saw something online the other day. You know, I think it was dogpiling. I had never heard that before more recently, and I didn't really pay attention to it. And I've been online since 1990. Okay, 1990, and a little before then. Anything you would consider a social media platform or social media or social communications even. Just communicating with others online. Okay. Maybe you never even met them before. But, you know, there's bullying, of course, and there's doxing, and there's dogpiling, and they had other things listed. But, you know, that they take care of themselves in going the appropriate way. You know, because other than that, I would be suspicious. If somebody is online and online complaining that this person, you know, so and so did this to them, and all they're doing is complaining over and over and over, and they may notice that they're getting more views. Yeah, there's conspiracy theories about this kind of thing, and I've seen some, and some of us may still be around. I made a video recently about this. That the end conclusion seemed to be that they were just, for months, they were just simply playing to get clicks and views and therefore money, more popular and all that. And it was a time when they weren't getting all that many views, you know. And, but that was the conclusion, but was it fact? Because after that, I think their accounts weren't, they just didn't use their accounts or something. Maybe they were suspended. Who knows? I don't know. But one, I think, changed hers all up and got a new one, something. You know, something different. But anyway, so I don't know how good that is for them. Especially if they're like viewers who get really involved in it and the viewers start complaining. You know, or the viewers find out that that's what they're doing and they complain. And you see, that's so much risk-taking and all. And, yeah, I just don't see that as a good thing for anybody to do. You know, to make fools out of the people who are watching them and the people who are getting invested. That, to me, is, you know, I don't know. It's just hangs around there on abuse. You know, it just depends on what it is. But yeah, there are some people, they will go to that extreme, you know, and then at the end say, some of them won't say it. Okay, I've been around YouTube on my original channel. There goes bouncing again. On my original channel, will be 8 years soon, making videos. So, and I guess I could say maybe 8 years of watching them, or maybe not, I don't know. But seeing way too much of this crap, you know, just way too much of it. But there was one thing I was thinking about yesterday, and I've heard these conspiracy theories, you know, that go along with it. You know, while this is all going about and all happening, you know, people saying, oh, this is the reason they're doing that, and this is the reason that person's doing that. And people get drawn into it, you know, just viewers get drawn into it, and, you know, come up with all these conspiracy theories. Now, there was one I haven't heard. One conspiracy theory I hadn't heard. And I never really thought about it myself, kind of, in a way. But, and then last night I thought, this is one I've never heard. And that is, that what if they're trying to get people to make videos and trying to get people all worked up. This is way conspiracy theory, and I'm not a conspiracy theory type, but having seen so many, why don't they make this assumption that they're trying to get people to make more videos so they can strike people, or they can try to get more money from them, you know, claiming defamation or claiming something, people that aren't even involved in it. You know, seriously. People who are not at all involved in the whole scam. You know, some would call it a scam. Why are you taking so much time turning? If some wouldn't even call it a scam, some would just say this is, you know, oh, it's all fair. Whatever you want to do, you can do on your channel. You know, you have every right to do that. To fool people, to get money from them. Some people pay. They will pay good money if they think that their favorite, the one that they find is their favorite, is doing such a thing, like for a good cause or something. When no, what they're doing is they're, yeah, ... You know? Think about it, really. You know, because at the end of it, like I said, I've seen one where the people basically had just disappeared, and one of them that was on the sideline, that was supposed to be the mystery person, wrote to me and told me who she was. Well, of course, it could be somebody else who wanted to get that person, me against that person, wrote it. It's all like, what grade are they in? They're supposed to be adults. What grade are you in that you would do such? Play such a game. I don't like this when that truck is sitting right there. But really. Okay, I just made a whole clip. Had to delete it because there was a child that got out of their car with a child, and I don't put other people's children in my videos. So if I notice it, I'm glad I noticed that. I just don't put them in there. And I've tried that thing of, once it's uploaded and I see it and then put the X over it and everything, yeah, it doesn't tend to work. I'm in the drive-through and I have a mask on. I had to take it off. And anyway, I was talking about that on that clip that I had to delete even. But anyway, but so much of it, I don't remember which clip I had this part on, but so much of it, brings about conspiracy theories. It keeps that whole conspiracy of this side is plotting and planning, or this side is plotting and planning, or they're all plotting and planning together to do this and do that, whatever. And so it's not a good thing. If they don't just put a disclaimer scroll across the bottom of it and says, this isn't real, something like that, they're fooling people, and especially when they have their cash apps or whatever, kind of, how you can give them money, and for what? Lying? For playing with people's minds, their feelings, their time. They're taking their time. So, I do feel the community should do it in a good way. No, nothing illegal, nothing abusive of any sort. It's not always physical. It can be verbal, bullying. Even, some of them have gone to stalking other people, and even worse, Yeah, this is not good. This is not setting up. This should not be somebody who's, people who are influencers either. This is my opinion. Of course, opinions can be wrong. Read the disclaimers in the description box below this video on YouTube. But I am a social and behavioral scientist. So, hey, now where was I? But like I said, I don't know which clip got deleted, what part, what I've said. But yeah, I had never heard that. And it came from my mind. So, I've never heard anybody say it. But, what if they are trying to get people? If you're going to go all conspiracy theories on this, what if they are trying to get more and more people to say, certain things, and then they go after them? What if they are doing that? Is anything out of their bounds? Have you ever seen anything out of their bounds? Really? I haven't. Just the fact of people who are doing this conspiring, if they are, like so many have said, over time, that they do this so they can get more clicks and views, and then really behind the scenes they're good friends, or they're just conspiring behind the scenes so they can get more clicks and views and money and all that. I don't know if any of them have actually been proven that is. I really don't. I don't know if anybody's ever had actual proof that that's what they were doing, but that's the thought, the consensus, the whatever was, oh, those people were doing this X, Y, and Z just to get money. Okay. Conspiracy. Where's the proof? I haven't seen the proof. But it was like highly suspicious. I would even say it was highly suspicious the way this or that goes down, and seeing so many. I just recently heard another one say, oh, they were doing that. Oh, they were doing that. And there's a lot for people with what they call, in the past, they would just call them e-beggars. They would just say, please, let me make up something, my whatever, my car broke down. I used that in the video that I was using as an example, and I need this, that, and the other. And then people say, well, we want to see the actual receipts after people donate, and then they never do. But instead they see them going out to an expensive, or whatever is expensive for them, type of restaurant, or getting their nails done, or getting haircuts and buying new clothes, something like this. And then you hear these people say, well, it's nobody's business. Once you give people money, you shouldn't ask for why. That, to me, in my mind, I could be wrong, people who do that, who say that, it's because they do that, or they want to do that, or they really, they've been taught that. They're just, or just trying to rile people up, or there's so many reasons why somebody can say that. But to me, I think more of, they want it. They're wannabes, or they're doing it, or they were taught. Or everything I said. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing, really. Seriously. And but no, that whole thing of it's nobody's business. It's nobody's business, really. Seriously, when somebody's being, and some will call it scammed. Some will call it, there's various names some people will call it. To me, overall, what I think is that these are people who need to read whatever's on and whatever they call it, like community guidelines or terms of service or whatever. I don't expect anybody to be perfect. I'm not. But if they're repeat offenders, and read them. Like people say, why do people get so upset with people they just know online? Well, and they say this isn't real life. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. I've been on, since how long? These people are really out there. Do you get it? And what they're influencers online. Do you get that? And those people may go off outside of that. I taught at college and university. And yeah, you can teach one person. I never taught just one person at classrooms. So, but they go off and they tell other people about this thought. And the next thing you know, it's spreading. I had one express that to me. That she goes home and she didn't need to be, some people will say, well, she's just a kiss up. No, she was already making the grade. Yeah, and she was doing it on her own. Very bright. And, she told me that they would sit around the table, and talk about the things that I talked about. And, it was influencing them. That's my job. That was my job, is to teach them. Okay, I'm not teaching anybody here. I don't teach, I don't give advice, none of that kind of stuff. But really, these are my opinions. And so people online, some want to deny they're called influencers. I don't see myself as an influencer, but I have really small channels. But anyway, whatever it is, to then just seem like they're just, I don't know. I just don't know. It's just been too much of these things. I mean, yeah, their views, because I know there was a big court case that many people were talking about and watching and everything. So during that time, shoot, I have, like I said before, I have more than one channel because I write these stories. And I do rough drafts of videos on them. It helps me to organize them, and I do them on different channels. And I can tell you, when was anybody gonna watch them? You know, yeah, it makes sense. You know, if the more people are spending their time watching something else. But what doesn't make sense is whenever people get it in their heads that it's a good idea to lie to their audience and to think their audience doesn't have brains. But anyway, I was talking about the, you know, people saying, well, why do people hate people they only know online and they've never met in person, never will, you know, this kind of thing. Go and read the community guidelines and truly read it. Sit there and study it and say, do you know if that person or those people, whomever you're talking about, do they break those? Do they just totally ignore those? You know, and don't say, well, minimize what they do. Answer the question. Don't, just because you like them doesn't make them right. And I think that's a big problem too. I can't say big, but it's a problem when people idolize other people. Now, last I heard, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but serious about this. Last I heard, Christians don't have idols. They don't idolize people, places, things. Christians. And I've heard a lot of people call themselves Christians, so ... Okay, and I've said for a very long time, I've said, don't put people up on a pedestal, you know, as if they're perfect. They don't have any flaws. They don't make mistakes, you know, but it's the repetition of those mistakes, remember. But anyway, don't put people up on a pedestal, because they're going to eventually fall off and land on you, and it's going to hurt. Okay? You know, think of it not literally, of course, but figuratively. Yeah. And no, wait, that was the wrong word. Like an analogy. Okay, you're a little bit close. Anyway, yeah, people make mistakes. And while I'm on the whole topic about people making mistakes, what's this crap? And I call it crap. That's really being nice. Actually, I'm not a type of person to cuss. But what is this about if a person mispronounces a word, an adult mispronounces a word that is supposed to be people jumping on them? Really? You've never mispronounced a word. Cast the first stone kind of situation here. You're perfect. But that is also very, I don't even like to say childish. That's what people used to say when I was young. They just call it, that's childish. But no, to me it's kind of quite a bit abusive. It's mean girl, mean boy. Yeah. Because you are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And you know what it really sounds like? Yeah. To me. Well, I'll let you think of what it does it really sound like. But of course there are people who like the drama, they get a rush. You know, that, oh, it's so much fun. Some people really like seeing people. Other people get hurt. There's a word for that. But they you know, and then they say this, and it's such nerve. I've heard this recently quite a bit. It's people on video, or, well, on video. It's only been on video. Different people saying, I really don't care. Whoa. You know, what does that mean to you when somebody says, I really don't care? I really don't care. Do you know narcissists, people with narcissistic personality disorder, then they don't have to have the disorder. I don't diagnose myself, but anybody. I don't diagnose anybody. But people with narcissistic personality, not only them, but they lack empathy. They don't care. Hello? You know, what they do, some of them, they lack empathy. Lack doesn't mean 100%. But think about it. And it's not just the people with narcissistic personality disorder or narcissistic characteristic traits. Yeah, there are people out there, they don't care. They have no empathy. It's all about them. You know, and like I said, it's not just narcissists or narcissism. People with behaviors and such and so on. It's pathetic, really, to say that is something like, and these are, some of them are the ones that call themselves Christians. Last I heard, yeah, you should care about others. You should love your brothers and your sisters too. But you're going to say, I don't care, when you're doing something like bullying or whatever these others? Wow. Anyway, I'm wrapping it up. Talk to y'all in another video. Bye.